So here I'm gonna tell you how I make more high quality decisions, and the first question you might have is, why would you listen to me? Just this random kid, what's the proof you can actually make good decisions? Well, in December 2023, so just half a year ago, I was in my kind of monk mode period, and I would just wake up at 3 a.m. as you can see here. For a few solid weeks, I would do the work, I would do all the good habits, all the self-improvement stuff. And you might think, wow, that's productive, right? But in fact, my outputs were actually trash. In this week, I made one video, I got 1 month's burnout, and my mental health was trash. And you may think, okay, so you're bullshitting us, right? No, because now my behavior, and my decision-making skills changed. So just see this example, April 2024, just a month ago, when I had my study period. Basically, I got an important exam, IGCSE exam, which defines, my secondary education, my grades, and I decided, okay, let's kind of switch and just finish the secondary education, and I'll be good. I'll be free and all that stuff. So I studied 30 hours in 1 week, and that continued for a few solid weeks, like 3 weeks, I think. And I was basically waking up. Let's see, just a bit of a zoom in. So I would wake up, I would do pull-ups, I would study more. I would run, I would chill, right? And basically 5 hours every single day, very much productive. And now my outputs were from C grade to a star grade in 3 weeks. Basically, there is a past papers, which is basically the exam I'm gonna take, but from previous year, and I can mark it with like very, very high precision, right? So my score went from 40% to 86, which is basically 2 times the input in just 3 weeks. And it was challenging. I'm not gonna like lie or anything. It was hard, but it was much easier because I felt freedom, which I didn't really feel in that kind of routine, because this kind of stuff, you just feel changed. You wake up at 3 fucking a.m. It's pitch black outside. It's just horrible. So let's not even touch on that. I felt a lot of freedom in my time. As you can see, I was running, and I was running in the nature, in this beautiful forest. I was taking naps. I was improving myself, having much more free time. So what's the difference between those two monk modes? Well, I made better decisions there. That's all the difference, basically. Because when you make better decisions, you get better strategy and you get better results. It's quite simple, right? So here are the 3 levels of decision making, which I found the level 1 when you make no decisions, which is most of the teenagers, they just don't control their lives, and most of the adults, honestly, because most of them just, follow the path of society, all this stuff. But if you're here, you're probably not here, right? So the second level is slow decisions. You might make decisions now, but you think about them for months, for weeks, and all that stuff. I'm gonna be diving more into the details right now. And the third level is fast decisions, which I want you to get on by the end of this video. So the fast decisions is when you make high quality decisions, but you don't spend weeks and months on them. Because if you make decisions faster and better, you will progress in life faster. So I'm just gonna skip level 1 because you're likely not at it, because you're likely at level 2, which most of the people are for years and years. And I was there too for like 3-4 years. You think about decisions for months and weeks. Do I go to university after school? Do I start a business? Do I start monk mode? Do I abandon my friends? Do I get a girlfriend? What skills should I learn? What should be, my profession, my job? All these kind of questions, they are very important. They are basically, you choose your life path on them. And most of the time, when you think about this decision for a very long time, often you just waste your time on them. You just end up like procrastinating, doing some random shit, not really thinking about it. If you condense and think about how much hours have you actually thought about this decision, probably like 3, maybe 10. You might think, yeah, I'm thinking about it every day, but it's passive, it's not active. So from this on, most of the time you end up just wasting your time, and every millionaire repeats the same kind of idea. that you want to make progress more in life, then you make more decisions in life. That's mostly what it takes. And I hear this from everyone, from Alex Hormozy, from Hamza, from I don't know, another millionaire that I speak Ukrainian, Russian, so I listen to podcasts on those languages, and there are a lot of millionaires out there that tell the same stuff. I make, decisions that you make in 1 month, I make it in 1 hour. That's why I progress 100 times faster. Because in 1 month, this millionaire will make 100 decisions. If you make like 3 per day, right? 3 multiplied by 30. But you will have 1. So it's 100 decisions a difference. But there is a question, how the fuck can they make such decisions? And if you think it's easier for them, no, it's not. They have much more responsibility. They do much more of long-term decisions, as they say it. I'm just, translating it to you. So I'm gonna be clear here. Making important decisions on impulses very, very fast is a bad thing. Don't be a fucking retard and, be hyped up about this new business model and like, okay, I'm going out of YouTube. I know this decision is right for me. I'm gonna go, do some SMMA business, right? Bro, use some brain, and you just gotta realize that you do need to actually think about decisions, because if you don't think about decisions, you make bad decisions. As simple as that, right? But you still can make good decisions quite well and quite fast if you use the right instruments and tools. So here's how I make good decisions and do it fast, which is probably one of the key words here, because I was delaying important decisions literally for months and months. I always knew I would go monk mode. I always knew I would do this business model. I always knew I wouldn't really want to pursue university and stuff. And yet I wasted a lot of time because I just was so slow on this decision making. So here's how I do it now. I gather all the knowledge I need, and I don't gather all YouTube. I don't read 100 books. I will get into this in more detail in a second. Step 2 is I brainstorm the best solutions, which is also like these 2 tools I will share with you, which help me a lot and which other people recommend and that are also using them. And the third step is choose the best decisions. Once you brainstorm the best solutions and the best decisions, you just choose one, and you do it fast, because when you think about that, you already gathered the knowledge, you already brainstorm the solution, so you thought about it actively, very actively, using the 2 instruments I'm gonna give you. Then why the fuck would you wait? Like, there's a very little chance that anything will change. You just, delay, you just waste your time, and you can't really get it back. So first step is to gather the knowledge. And I was very big into this. I would literally watch thousands of videos, okay, maybe hundreds, right? If we're not exaggerating here. But I would watch, 300 videos on dopamine, on how to work hard, all that stuff. I would contemplate, even if I need to work hard, even after I watched all those videos. But in any case, you should watch multiple sides of the argument. So when I was deciding on my university, I really, really wanted to get into university just a year ago, into some top end kind of Cambridge, all that stuff, Oxford. But I watched multiple sides of the argument. Although I was very hyped, I was very positive, I also watched a lot of negative stuff that was talked about it. And I also watched, some neutral people like, yeah, you might go, you might not, choose your path, it's your life. So it's like, they also got some kind of opinion that you also should hear. Because if you're just in a positive, you don't really have objective. Your perspective just is subjective, because as one great guy asked on Reddit or Quora or something like this, why do I always see the best decisions other people can make, but I never see, the best decisions I can make for myself? And the person, very smart person, like he's got a high level or reputation or whatever there is in like Reddit, he said that that's because you just are subjective to yourself. You don't see the whole objective picture. So in order to be actually objective, you gotta watch all the sides of the argument. So don't overthink it, because you get the diminishing returns, which is basically once you start doing the thing, you know, so here's time, here's, you know, your knowledge, time, and basically, yeah, basically you, it goes something like this, you know. So at this point, you still do improve, you still do learn a bit more, but you already like got, you know, this kind of boost here. So it's, you just waste your time, honestly. If that's important, if that's a very important decision, like, I don't know, some of the big titans, you might just go, you know, under to like, you know, to this part, right? Not this part, but you might go a bit over. But as a rule of thumb, you know, don't go over the 100 hours, because then it's just not productive. You just get confused. You have so much information already. You have more information than any of your ancestors ever did, right? So after 10 hours of researching, you start to get this diminishing return. If you use YouTube for this, you will very likely know the solution, know the best possible solutions already and your options in like 10 hours of research. That's like 40 videos, man. In 40 videos, you say you wouldn't really know the options? That's just cap. So after you gather all the knowledge you need, you start to brainstorm the best solution, and you got basically two tools, which is first conscious meditation, and second is journaling, and third one you use both of them. And that's basically my path of how I start making better decisions, because I always knew how to gather information, knowledge. I know much more than I actually fucking did in my life. I was, you know, gather the knowledge, and then act, and then repeat. So it's like 5-to-1 ratio, right? I got a lot of knowledge, and my action is like 1, right? I still talk about what I did though. So yeah, a lot of knowledge just, you know, stays in the box. So the conscious meditation, how you actually practice it is quite simple. You find a quiet place, which is basically, the concept behind the conscious meditation is that meditation is basically when you focus on something, you train your focus, and it makes you more mindful, you know, the benefits, all this stuff, but in reality, you just focus usually on your breath. You know, just breathe, just don't have any other thoughts and stuff. But conscious meditation is when you consciously focus on something important, such as a decision, such as, you know, some problem. So, or, you know, you got some emotional stuff, or you got trauma, whatever it is, you just focus on this. That's why there is a meditation here. So you find a quiet place, which was for me in my garden, just 1 minute, like walking from my home. I got, you know, this beautiful little birlin. I don't remember the word, but it's basically, you know, like a little hut with a little roof, and there are some benches in there. So I would just lay my head onto this bench, you know. That's like me, you know. Yeah, so just lay down, and I would write down my problem or decision in, you know, the Notion app, or you can do it in like notes on your phone or wherever you have, whatever you have. You can just, you know, take A4 paper or something, and you think about the best options. You look at the problem and think, okay, what are my best options, you know, to decide on this stuff? What are the possible solutions to this problem? And then you just, you know, you think, you write 5-10 of them, and then you just choose the best one and take actionable steps. You just write, okay, so in order to do this, to have this decision rolling, I gotta do X, Y, Z, right? And you just act on it. It's like, I can give you the theory, but I can't act like instead of you. But the second stuff, which I found even more valuable. So this technique is basically, I kind of stole it. I kind of stole it from the Kazakhstan millionaire, which is, his name is, yeah, I checked him up. It's Margulan Seysembaev, which is millionaire, was a billionaire, now he's like a multimillionaire, and it's his technique. Like, he doesn't really call it conscious meditation. I do, because I really discovered it before, and then I like improved it a lot by using his technique. And he basically talks about it as golden hour, which is basically he sits down in a quiet place and thinks about, you know, his best possible strategy. So he makes decisions, and, you know, if that's point A and that's point B, and initially you don't really start, you don't really have this kind of route, you go like this. But most people are very, very slow on changing, you know, their behavior and their route. But he basically sits down every single day for an hour, and from point A to point B, he decides on a route, and then he just changes it closer, closer. So he basically shortcuts, you know, all the bullshit that other people are going through, like, just like this. Just shortcuts, because he makes more decisions in one day. That's actually a Sonic, but yeah. So, yeah, that's conscious meditation. But journaling is when it's not really like this, you know, my dear diary or something. Like, it's real shit. Hamza used it for his major decisions in life, like dropping out of the uni, or moving to his place, or starting a business, all this kind of stuff. When you journal, you basically slow down your brain, in a sense. You slow down your thoughts, because you have to physically write them down. Like, Notion didn't really work that much for me. I love much more when I would write it with my hand, because it's very active. I can feel it. And because you slow down your thoughts, you are able to process them like 100 times better. 100 times better. No joke, no cap. It just feels much clearer. And I started, you know, doing this kind of stuff a few months ago. And here's basically, yeah, like, that's a lot of goddamn pages, and like I just skipped, you know, through 15. It's like 60 full, you know, pages. Just writing specifically filtered kind of thoughts, not writing some random bullshit, but writing about the stuff I actually care about. So you got 3 ways to journal, which is, first one, you should get rid of your emotions, because they might be in place. And for that, you can just use brain dumps, which is basically you write everything you think about it. Like, oh, I hate this person so much. I hate him. He said this, and I felt this, and like, why did he even say that? And like, yeah, I understand this, but I don't really care. Like, you know, you're kind of, for me, it's mostly anger. You know, I have a very high ego, and when someone, you know, kind of crushes it, I always have this backlash of like, I fucking hate this person. I don't know. Yeah, like, I can do it with myself, like, I don't need him, this kind of stuff. So when you get rid of it, you know, so the one person said something very mean to me, very rude, but he was right in a way. So I knew it was beneficial, but I was still, you know, my ego got kind of destroyed. So I just thought about, like, what should I do with it? And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna journal. I journaled this stuff. I said, yeah, I hate this person, but I know he's right. But I can just, you know, use this kind of advice. And he basically didn't really mean to hurt me. And just in 5 minutes, I'm like, okay, this person isn't actually that bad. You know, he helped me, and I can, like, you know, just absorb this kind of hit to my ego, and I'll be fine. So the second thing you should do is destroy your limiting beliefs. Just really think about, why do I cope? Why do I bullshit myself? You know, you ask yourself these kind of questions. Why I don't want to work? Well, I don't want to, you know, make this kind of video because I feel like I copy Hamza, right? Well, on the other hand, even before Hamza started doing such videos, I already knew I would want to do something like this, but I just didn't take action. Well, I journaled a lot on, if there were anyone and nobody would watch my videos, how would I structure my knowledge? How would I do YouTube? And well, I said, okay, I would, read and learn. I would go take action. and I would then create some kind of presentation, because it's very organized, and organize it because organized and structuring is my thing. And then I would just record it. And I'm like, okay, that's actually great. So why don't I want to record this? Well, now we move onto the other sequence, because before that it was just, a limited belief that just got destroyed because I slowed down my brain and wrote the things in my journal. Well, now I think that's because I want to do fucking, 50 slides. No. Not because of this. That's because my slides and my, recording skills and all this kind of stuff, this is a new type of videos for me. I just suck at it. And I don't want to admit it. I think I'm good. I think I provide good value. But I just don't know how to do it. That's the thing. So destroying your limiting beliefs, and by, finding this kind of problem, I suck at it, and I'm like, okay, I suck. So if I don't want to suck, I just should do more videos. Do 100 videos like this, and I wouldn't suck. That's very easy. And so I'm here, making these slides for a few hours. Okay, 1 hour. I made these slides, 20 slides, 22 slides in 1 hour, right? And now I record this for 30 minutes already. I pre-recorded it for 10 minutes. So in order, to finish this quickly, because it's 21 minutes already, then you go and write down the best possible solutions. You use your knowledge, you destroy your limiting beliefs, you aren't emotional, you are very objective and rational about this, and now you actually get to write the ideas. So I can do this, and I can just use my example from today, literally, how I used it. So I didn't really want to make these kind of videos because I thought, first, I copy Hamza, then I realized, oh, actually I don't, and I would actually do it if Hamza even weren't really there. Who the fuck cares, right? The second thing, I thought, oh, but, it's not valuable. Well, then I thought, okay, it is valuable, but I just need more practice. So the third option were to practice. And from that point, I just found it. It's kind of the same process, but there is, a difference, because you always seek the solutions and you just ask yourself more questions about why, what, when, why do I feel this? Why is this happening? What if? And you just think about it, and it's so powerful, man. If you can think, you can destroy everyone. Brainstorm the best solutions. Yeah, it's the same fucking step. I just want to, remind you that it is hard mental work. I can't really do this and journal and, think about this stuff with conscious meditation for more than a few hours. I just get very, very tired. So take breaks if needed. I can split my journaling like I did today. Literally, it took me it took me a whole day technically, right? But in reality, I was journaling 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. So it's an hour and a half, let's say, right? A bit more than an hour. So that's basically how I do important decisions to continue with this kind of lifestyle, to make daily uploads and providing so much fucking value in this kind of slides instead of making them in 1 month. Because before that, I would just go in a rut, I would go watch some anime, I would distract myself, I would do some bullshit, I would do anything else. I would say, oh, I will do them weekly, and I won't fucking do them I wouldn't even do once a month. Bro, it's fucking hard to talk after 25 minutes of recording, I'm not gonna lie. And don't overthink it too much. Because there's just kind of no point of it at this point. You already gathered the information. You destroyed your limiting beliefs. You journaled all the best options. Just take action, because it will actually give you the experience, and this kind of experience is very often is the missing piece of what you need. Of course, if you're gonna go to, college, okay, you can't really experience this stuff. But if you are gonna go monk mode, if you're gonna go do a business, if you're gonna go get a girlfriend, you can just try this. To try monk mode, it takes like 3 days, 1 day, 1 week, 7 days. So to try business, you can literally do it today, to now, now. You can try it for a week, for 2 weeks. It's not really that much, because this kind of experience in important decisions will give you much better understanding of whether this decision is correct or you did something wrong. You will just feel it. And the choose, just a bit of a side note on you will feel it. That's because you already gathered the information. You just intuitively know when this, missing puzzle sticks or not. That's it. So choose what you believe, because that is the best option. Choose what you believe is the best option for you right now. You don't have to overthink it. Already told it a few times. Because I want you to have this mindset that everyone you know will die in 100 years, including you. So think about it, in 3 generations, even if you become great, you probably won't become fucking Socrates, right? You won't, solve the world hunger. Like, be realistic. It doesn't really... It's not really what I want. So I believe I won't really attract people who want this fucking world domination, Maybe. I don't know. I'm still, a very young man. I can change my beliefs very fast. I make a lot of decisions very fast. So it all might be, but just do it, man. You might be afraid, but you gotta get some fucking balls and actually do the thing. Because if not, you'll just lose your time and you can't get it back. Like, 2 years of my life, if I were to make more actions, if I were to start with, first and step and my highest amount of focus will go towards actions. Taking actions. If I were to do that, I would be fucking years ahead, right? I would be in my position that I'm in right now, like 6 months. Easy. So, learning equals same situation, new behavior. If you are in the same situation right now when you gotta make a decision and you don't change your behavior, meaning you don't really change how you approach making decisions, it means you just didn't learn. You just wasted your time. You could have as well just, watch some TikToks, watch some shorts, go watch some anime, Netflix, whatever the fuck. If you didn't change and aren't gonna change your behavior, you didn't learn. So here's actionable steps. I don't know why it's fucked, but it's okay. On how you can actually implement this stuff. So if you actually try this right now, you get any notebook to use as a journal right now. It can be anything. It's literally, this kind of math kind of grid. And I also got like A4 paper for ideas capture, which is a bit different, but still, just anything will do. Then you think of a decision you were delaying for a long time. You already know the decisions. The second I said this phrase, you know what this decision is. And you go and brainstorm the best solutions, the best options. And if you were thinking about this decision for a while, chances are you already know enough about it. You don't really need to gather information. So it will be much faster to make this decision. Right now, as you watch this video, fucking hit the pause button, read through the actionable steps, and do this stuff. Because if you didn't change your behavior, you didn't learn. Brainstorm the best options, and then choose the best options and act on it. Actually try it out and see if it works, if it suits you, if you like it or not. Because the more you wait, the more time passes by. That's everything for today. Improve. Go and do actionable step right now. I see you not wanting to do them. Do them. Improve.